Our identity refers to how we see ourselves in relation to others and to the world. One fundamental aspect of our self-identity is our personality, a generally stable pattern of thoughts, feelings, and behaviors that distinguishes ourselves from others. Our personalities are firmly rooted in our brains. How do we know this? There are real-life examples of how someone's personality can drastically change after damaging specific brain regions. The best-known example is that of Phineas Gage in the 1800s. Phineas was a young, hard-working, responsible, and sociable railroad foreman. But during a workplace accident, a meter-long iron rod went through his head. Remarkably, he survived, but according to accounts, became a very different person. He became irresponsible, impulsive, and swore constantly, lost his foreman job, and his friends said he was no longer Gage. Part of this could be due to the fact that he went through a very traumatic event that left him permanently disfigured, but many neuroscientists have also attributed this change in personality to damage to his left frontal lobe, a region of the brain known to regulate planning, self-control, and social behavior. The good news is, he lived for 12 years after, and there was evidence that he recovered social and personal skills, demonstrating the remarkable adaptability of the brain. In a less drastic example, some personality traits, like how extroverted or open to new experiences we are, have been linked to neurons that release dopamine, a neurosignaling molecule which affects risk-taking, reward sensitivity, and exploration. However, the development of the dopamine system and also other brain regions is influenced not just by our genetics, but also by our environment and experience. For example, dopamine brain circuits can be affected by stressful early life events, which can then affect one's personality. Our self-identity and awareness, similar to our personality, both have a genetic and neural basis and take time to develop. Have you heard of the mirror test for self-recognition? If you put a lipstick mark on a baby's head and they look in the mirror, they may not react initially. But over the ages of 18 to 24 months, as they develop a concept of self, they may react to it, laugh at it, or even try to wipe it off. This corresponds to development of cortical regions of the brain which are involved in self-perception and emotion. One important essence of self-identity is memory, a thread which holds our past and present selves together. In cases of dementia or memory loss, personality can change and one can lose a sense of identity. These patients may even lose the ability to recognize themselves in the mirror. All this again points to the importance of our brains in maintaining our sense of identity. In some psychiatric conditions, such as schizophrenia and dissociative identity disorder, there is a blurred or distorted sense of self-identity. For example, hallucinations experienced in schizophrenia could be one's own thoughts that are attributed to someone else. In dissociative identity disorder, previously known as multiple personality disorder, patients do not have one stable identity, but switch between different ones. It has been dramatized in movies, but there are also real-world reports. Unfortunately, the exact brain mechanisms for these disorders are not well understood. Existing evidence suggests that the answer lies in differences in neuroplasticity and brain structure, as well as neurochemistry, for example, differences in dopamine, serotonin, and stress hormone signaling. These again point to the importance of the brain in maintaining a stable sense of self.